Okay. Hello, everyone. Today is February the 12th, Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday, right? Who's playing the game?
The Eagles.
Eagles and the 49ers, right?
The Eagles and the 49ers. Well, y'all know I don't know. I used to just have the Super Bowl parties. That's any excuse for a celebration.
Right.
But I know that Rihanna's supposed to be doing the halftime this year.
Mm-hmm.
And I always like the halftime show. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started in prayer today. Let's see. Today we're going to be working with tarot. My mouth got suddenly dry. My lips stuck to my teeth. So we'll be working, and so we're working on with the first six cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. And our main card that we're going to be working with today is the Hierophant. So that's the main card we'll be working with today. And I got him upside down in reverse. There we go. We can see him better that way. Yeah. Oh, that meant something for me. Okay. Let's just settle back for a moment. Center ourselves. In whatever you deem supreme. Allow yourselves to trust this feeling, knowing that we are whole and complete, one with creation. And since we are one with creation, we are one with each other. And each of us are filled with that same truth that we all can trust. And as we know that today we come together to seek some wisdom, have some fun, get some realizations about who we are and also who our brothers and sisters are. And as we stand here, we just are so grateful for this opportunity because it's a rainy day on the outside. And, just like we were saying earlier, we have an opportunity to be together no matter what the weather or the distance is. So that's something we can be grateful for. And with that, we just release all of our love, all of our peace, all of our joy, all of our strength, all of our kindness and compassion. We release that into our homes, our communities, our nation, and the world. And with that, we say, and so it is.
And so it is.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to make my phone, turn my phone down. My silence thing broke on it. I gotta fiddle with it, so I'm not gonna worry about it. Anyway, so I figured that we all know how we start with tarot. What is it that what are some things that we can remember about the cards and from the past? Okay, so y'all tell me what you think about let's see, the Emperor. Let's do the Emperor. We just did him last time. So what are your feelings about who he is in your life and how you kind of take on this personality?
Well, me personally, I take the Emperor as with it's always in my card somehow, some way. So I take it as my groundedness, my truth, my law, and what's the word I'm looking for? And just that ironclad class of when when I make a choice, that's what it is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. What about you, Harriet? Any thoughts?
When I see the emperor, what I see is someone who is in control of things, who's knowledgeable, and that or those are the qualities that um, how do I want to put it? Those are the qualities that I'm hoping that are me.
Mhm.
Is the best way that I have, I'm constantly seeking new and important and helpful information. So that's, where the knowledge comes in. And using that knowledge to be in, for me, with the help of my creator, be in control of myself. And I guess
Mhm.
that's kind of where I stand as far as the emperor is concerned. That
Okay.
that
Okay.
ability to control myself and
Mhm.
developing my knowledge.
Right. Good, good. Now, one of the things that because I like this, to study the tarot and play around with it a little bit. So the all of the major arcane are called, these are like archetypes. An
Mhm.
archetype is, what a thing, what is the, it's like the original thing, the prototype,
Hmm.
and that's something, and everything else is the thing that we aspire to be, you know. We use these things as our examples. Um uh so that's so when that's what both of you all are saying, that that how you put it into your perspective, how you put it into your life. Let's see, let's do another card, let's do another one. Okay, this okay, what I want to use some intuition right here at this moment. Let's just take a moment, and I'm gonna pull a card, and I want you all to tell me what you feel that it is. Okay. Okay, what do you feel that it is?
I'm seeing the high priestess. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Oh, sorry, Andre, what did you see?
I was right there, but now I don't want to say anything because I was seeing the Empress card, but I was thinking of the High Priestess. I couldn't remember. I couldn't
Right.
distinguish the card, but I was thinking of the High Priestess. So yeah, I don't want to play like y'all. Y'all play too much.
But but you realize feminine energy,
Hmm.
Mhm.
whether it was the high priestess, because we've only done 5 cards, I mean 6 cards. So, you got that feminine energy from that. So all of these things are important when you're doing your readings, or when you're just using, doing tarot for yourself. What you want to know what the cards mean. You want to know how they interact with you psychically, but you also want to be able to feel and know and have that intuition, so that it's like a surety. So that was good. So okay, so y'all tell me about the high priestess.
Bad things.
I think, and I didn't realize it, but I think you kind of gave us a clue because she does represent intuition.
Mm-hmm.
And as you mentioned earlier, she represents the feminine side of us. And as far as developing my self in the as far as the high priestess is concerned, and I think I need to be more aware and be more in tune with my intuition, because too often, way too often, my intuition will lead me in one direction, but my ego will carry me in the opposite direction. And rather than following my intuition, which is the Holy Spirit within me, I'll follow that ego, or that self that's not so good.
And that's always the struggle.
It is. It
It's
is.
always
It
the
really
struggle.
is.
But this is what the high priestess, she brings in, because she brings in balance.
Mhm.
You know, she brings in that whole idea that, you know, it's kind of like that base of the triangle. I don't know, what do you call the base of the triangle? The base. You know, I didn't do well in math, everybody. So, you know, she's like that base of the triangle where we are where we are understanding, you know, that our spiritual self is our foundation.
Mhm.
You know. Mm-hmm. What do you think? What are you seeing, Andre, when you see a high priestess?
Well, I'm seeing that balance.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing the, you know, as far as between the pillars, she's the entity between the pillars that balances light and dark.
Mm-hmm.
It's a stability that I'm seeing that's being, you know, held,
Mm-hmm.
and also with it being a female card, or, you know, lack of a better word, it seems to me that it's a nurturing card.
Mm-hmm.
Whether judgment be harsh or judgment be, you know, lawful. So that's how
Mm-hmm. Hello?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh, I thought I had lost you for a second.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's how I'm seeing it.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, and this is you know, this is that first feminine card that comes into that is introduced into the tarot. We have first well, I'm not gonna tell y'all. Y'all tell
What
me.
would you say? Would
The
you say?
fool.
Would you say mercy as well? You know,
Yes.
looking now that you kind of took it away, I also see mercy as well. Like it's,
Mm-hmm.
you know, a merciful card. I guess that intuition, you know, where Miss Harriet was saying bleeds over as well. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's a card for mercy.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. So
The
let's see.
fool and the magician.
Yeah.
were-
Yeah. So go ahead. Go ahead and say that.
What?
What you were
No,
about to say.
I was just going to say the fool and the magician were the first two cards,
Mm-hmm.
and then the high priestess was next
Mm-hmm.
introduced. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you have that concept of all spirit first.
Mm-hmm.
You have and then you have the idea. Well, I'm telling y'all now. So you have you have the all spirit first. and then you have and then you have the magician. So you got, things coming down. So, this is singular, singular, and now things are beginning to become stable so that we can make things firm here. You know, there is all spirit here, and the magician kind of indicates that, okay, now we're like, we're here on this planet, we're here on this in this dimension, and in order, and now we have, when we enter in something else, there's a stability that's to it. And so this is what that feminine energy does. It stabilizes, and it uh nurtures and love. Nurturing and love is the thing that, that is the base. So you're right, all of y'all are right, and mercy is at that, because what a how much how much mercy is it to hold on to life. Okay, so now the next card is the Empress. That's the last one that we. Oh, do you all have any thoughts about these two? I'm sorry. What are your thoughts about the magician and the fool? And how y'all how y'all allowing these cards to enter into your life or live in your life?
Well,
Well,
oh,
go
go ahead,
ahead.
Ms. Howard.
No, you go ahead.
I look at it as a transition. That
Mm-hmm.
right now if we set out for a journey and we've set out to do something, the next step is to, not necessarily complete that step, but get to the point where you are you're in that mode of that step where you're where you're achieving your goals. So your energy has enhanced. Your energy has enhanced by the time you transition from the fool to the magician. And it's
Mm-hmm.
easier for you to understand and educate yourself on the task that you were achieving.
Mm-hmm. 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 Very good. And what are you thinking, Harriet?
Well,
What are your thoughts?
uh, the fool represents, excuse me, um, he's naive,
Mm-hmm.
and when we begin things, and that's what he represents. He's a beginning,
Mm-hmm.
and every day we begin anew, um, living the life that we kind of envision for ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what he represents, that beginning, that early morning rise, and what changes are going to take place today.
Mm-hmm.
What am I going to risk today? You know, and a lot of times when we begin that new day, we begin it with a blank slate. In other words, just kind of looking at things just like a baby does. You don't know what's going
Mm-hmm.
on, but you're willing to take that leap of faith, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And of
Very
course,
good. No, go
the
ahead.
and I was going to say the magician kind of helps to round things out, because the magician represents those changes. And I think of magician, magical, miracle. And this is what he's there for. He's there to make things, make those changes enlightening and fun, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
he just begins to put things into place, put the puzzle pieces
Right.
into place.
Introduce and put things into place. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you see this, so when you see any of these cards in a reading, well, let's do this last one, which is the Empress. And I want y'all to, just look at her right side up, and just think of what she means in the upright. You know, I don't know. Like this light has a glare. Can y'all see that? Can y'all see the card?
There we
Yeah,
go.
Okay.
yeah.
You know. Okay, but now we're just gonna, talk about it when it's in reverse.
The world turned upside down.
The world turned upside down.
Because, well, first of all, she's in a nature setting. Look at what's, all around her. There's trees in the background.
Mhm.
There's vegetation, around her. God's creatures, four-legged as well as two-legged creatures,
Mhm.
But like I said, up in the reverse position, it's like the world being turned upside down, and that's what we're living through right now, really.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. What about you, Andre? What are your thoughts or feelings about this card in reverse?
I see personally, it's, you know, a miscommunication, a detach from creation itself.
Mhm.
So what's being produced is coming out backwards. So with creation, it's kind of like you all were saying, even with the trees in the background, even the vegetation, the animals, things are coming out backwards and not knowing it's a naiveness. It's still creation creating, but it's a forgetfulness of
Mhm.
what it's
That's
actually
interesting.
supposed to be and how it's and what its place is.
Mhm. Mhm. That's interesting. Yeah, because the Empress, she's like, creative abundance. She has um, all of our creative thoughts, all our creative energy. She's like perpetually pregnant. She always is full of potential. You
Yeah.
know,
So
I
if
mean,
it's in reverse, it's like she making a bunch of babies kids.
yeah.
Everything every idea is a part of the baby's kids. It's gonna be defined. It's gonna kick and scream.
But also, when you're thinking about something in reverse, it is so brand new. The experience can be so brand new that you just don't understand. You know,
Mhm.
okay, and all your baby kids are like Mozart and
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
all of them. But
Uh-huh.
you have to you we have to see where we are creating from, you know.
Mhm.
And there's always opportunity. There's always opportunity when you see a card, that's in reverse. It just means, you just shift your thinking,
Yeah.
shift the
Yeah.
paradigm.
And
Mhm.
that's where I think I was
And
saying, as far as not just a physical point of view, but when it comes to ideas, sometimes ideas can come to you and they're great ideas, but you just don't know how to. Um, they come out in reverse. They come out,
Mhm.
they come out upside down. So you may get everything that you want fast, but you're not really quite ready for it. Like, okay,
Mhm.
I didn't know it was going to be a backlash to this. Well, because you got it backwards,
Mhm.
instead of getting a full introduction, you kind of had to sink or swim.
Mhm.
So even with ideas and things that we wish and pray for, they can come out backwards sometimes. If
Right.
I think if you're saying it, that's how I'm, like I said, seeing the card is not just one way.
Right. Yeah. And
uh,
that's no, go ahead. Go ahead.
no, I was going to say also, um, when it's in reverse like that, it's a warning, so to speak, that we
Mhm.
need to be more cautious in whatever it is we're seeking.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. To pay attention.
Exactly. It doesn't always mean some kind of tragedy.
Right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But to
And
pay
I think the important thing is, in order for our peace of mind, we need to think of it, okay, upside down, caution.
Mm-hmm.
Stop and think before you act.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And also you still can use the energy of the card. Say if you're
Mhm.
just doing your daily pick, and when you pick it, it's up, it's in reverse. It's telling you, okay, be aware of what your circumstances are going to be today. Pay
Mhm.
attention to what's going on, but also remember that you're in a creative space. You know,
Exactly.
so like Andre say, you know, do we need to make babies kids today? I'm very fertile,
Right.
very fertile today, you know, or do I need to just, love myself more?
Mhm.
So these are the things that you look for when you see the card, because there's always opportunities in everything.
Exactly.
And this is what tarot does for us. It helps us hone in our intuition. But it also helps us uh you know uh to like really be connected from our mind to our actions, that spiritual intent, or intent, that spiritual intent. Okay, so we've gone over all of the cards that we did from the past, from the last couple of weeks. So we're going to be doing the Hierophant today. But I just, how how do you all how are you all feeling about how we're understanding and the principles of the major arcane so far?
Me, I'll take it again. I
Mhm.
enjoy the higher arcane. I really do. It seems to be the beginning of a journey. So to see those cards,
Mhm.
it's always an enlightening point of view to see those cards. Now, I cannot, I don't say any cards are good or bad or, nothing like that. But it's refreshing to see those cards because you can see light in those cards.
Mhm. Mhm.
You can see energy
Mhm.
in those cards. So I'm looking forward to see where we're going with, where we're going on this one. But as far as digesting them, I think I pretty much got it. As far as reading, of course, I would like to go back to do certain things, but definitely, I think I can understand it.
Cool beans. Cool beans. Okay, Harry, did you tell me yours? Or
Mhm.
did you okay.
Y'all
Oh,
have
did,
cards.
No.
oh, you
Cards.
didn't? Okay.
Y'all have cards. I don't have cards.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna
Uh,
get, go ahead.
no, I was going to say, to me, it's a progression, it's a growth, it's um, um, uh, evolution, so to
Mm-hmm.
speak. It's all of that helping me personally to be more aware of who I am,
Mm-hmm. 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 I can see that.
giving me a little bit more insight, and to me and my relationship with the rest of society.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool beans. So now we're gonna go ahead on to the Hierophant. The Hierophant is it's that card that, like where tradition is very traditional. Tradition really um is the main focus of it. So it can be, rigid. It can be, it's this card is like that card that's like a harsh card in either position. And when
Can
I
you put
say,
it closer, Pen?
huh,
Can you put it to the screen a little closer?
yeah. Now, when I say harsh, I don't mean something that, is, Simon Legree or anything, but, some things, I mean, there are such things called briar patches, you know,
Mhm.
so, some things that are just, are, uh, just the nature of it is firm, is harsh. So so in either position, so whenever you pull this card, there's an understanding that this situation is uh like important,
Mm-hmm.
pay attention to, especially if there's a thing going on in your life, and you or somebody that you reading somebody's cards, and the Hierophant comes up, and especially as themselves, they just know that right now they are in a position where is really important, and tradition is like the base of it, and so do you have to, do you pay attention to, are you very rigid in the way, in your way of thinking? Are you very uh traditional in your thoughts about, or your concerns about this issue? um but because it is, that highest, uh, it's like that highest authority. It's like the Pope, that the bishop, whoever, the highest person in that tradition of religion. So it's so when we're seeing this hierarchy, that has all of this authority and
Yeah,
all of this power, then we're on. Go ahead.
that's the word I was thinking. Authority.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. When we
I,
see it, and so you're really paying attention to the traditions of that thing or that situation, even, even it's just, even if you flip it and that this is your way of thinking, that the way I see this thing is so very traditional, and I'm, and I'm set dead on this, or I'm creating a tradition, because I see the benefits of this, you know um either way is, you are, being firm and being direct on how to bring, how to balance, or how to put this into your life. I hope I'm saying that right. I hope I'm saying it.
I catch you. I
Mhm,
catch you, Griff.
mhm.
It's like you were saying. To me, it's like an author. It's not an authoritarian card. It doesn't do what. It doesn't act like the other cards that we've already studied. It is what it is
Right,
because
because it's yeah, very principled.
yeah,
Mhm.
it is. It's
Mhm.
it's a different it's a different point of view.
Mhm.
The other cards kind of adhere to that authority. It's not like I don't want to say a master card, but it's just what nature is. So no matter whatever,
Right.
no matter whatever goes on, it goes on. If you decide not to wear a jacket outside and it's cold and it's wet outside right now, and you catch pneumonia, well, you had a choice not to wear that jacket. You,
Right.
it's just
Right.
kind of it's what it is.
Mhm. Mhm. And it's one of the first cards that really begins to look outside of self. You
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
know, all of the other cards, I mean, even though, like, there's a balance with the high priestess, but the high priestess is still within, whereas the Hierophant is now really connecting to, like, that collective consciousness
Mm-hmm.
of humanity. Everybody, it takes everybody to create a tradition. but there's
Yes,
that
it's
one
already.
thing. Yep, that's it, Harriet. Yep, but it's kind of low. Yours is kind of, I can't see it. That's your Hierophant? What is
Let me
that?
see.
Mhm.
Push it closer. I can't see it either.
Oh, okay. He's inside of a church.
Right. And
Oh, okay.
what I'm seeing in mine is organized religion, which is
Mhm.
represented by the church, and of course the priest there. And of course, that is where within the church, that is where we go. It's I've often heard it referred to as the hospital for the spiritually ill.
Mhm.
You know, so it's a place where we all can go and gather and cure whatever might be ailing us spiritually.
Mhm. I
And
like that.
then
I
and
like that
then
term. Yeah.
and then the right behind the church is the courthouse,
So
which
that, because I was
represents
asking, what
law,
was that behind there?
yeah, law and order.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Okay, I see it.
And
Mhm.
then in the far background is the what looks like it might be the Capitol in Washington. And what does that represent? When we think about the Capitol building, we think about Congress, we think about people that have been chosen to be the voice of the populace to make those laws that, that kind of govern and guide us as far as a lawful and spiritual society.
Mhm. Mhm. Okay, so uh and that's and that's exactly right, because you do have this these two pillars, so we're still within, there's still some I don't know, some confines, that are letting us know that we are um I guess like staying in this lane.
Right, right.
That's the
Being
best.
lawful and following,
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
because I mean this is a path.
right.
This is a path. Hey man, he woke up. Okay, all right. Okay, I'm gonna do my class now. Do you want something? Hold on a second. You need anything? You need anything? The phone. The phone? Oh, it's right here. There you go. All right. Uh-oh, now my camera's going crazy. There we go.
There you go. You back.
um, where was I? Oh yeah. So so this is also a path, you know.
Mhm.
That so when it comes up in our readings. hmm, Oh, okay, thank you. Okay, let me do my class now, man. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Okay. So here we have this pathway that we follow, but we're also teachers. So when you see somebody that has so much authority and so much knowledge and so much wisdom, um, this is also a teachable moment, or this pay attention, because this situation is about to teach you something, you know and then we follow that inner guide, which is spirit, because this card does represent the highest level of that conscious level of spirit. What is your deck, Harriet? What is your deck?
It's called One World Tarot.
One World Tarot.
The One World Tarot.
That's the first time I've ever seen a
I think it's a relatively new
yeah, but I think it's interesting that there are buildings behind. This is the first time I've seen you know, a Hierophant that had buildings, because you know he's that one in the door, right?
Yeah.
That's the Hierophant. So that's kind of interesting. I love all kinds of decks of tarot. I think that, you know, tarot is just your cards are just like your Bibles. You know, I think
Mhm.
we have many of them.
Different traditions, different
They seem
interpretations.
to
Yeah,
they
we
seem
should
to
have.
call- cards seem to call out to you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then, you know, as we continue on in reading our cards and doing and paying attention to them, you know, especially if we're reading for other people, it helps to be able to see their archetype in this, you
Mhm.
know, and your own archetype in this. So let's talk about, you know, a little bit about archetypes. Okay, thank you. Okay, I'm doing a good job. But anyway, so yeah, what do you all feel about the archetype of this card, and how does it fit into maybe your life, or you know, yeah, how does it fit into your life? Well, I can go first.
Okay.
What I see for the Hierophant for myself is, you know, I am a traditional person. You know, I although I haven't been a Catholic for many years, I still do a lot of Catholic things, and that's, you know, my one of kind of my first thoughts, and maybe because it was my formative religion that was taught, you know, but they left a good impression. You know, they really left a good impression. Uh, so so that is part of, you know, so I am a traditional person. Another things that I see about myself in this card is that I always have aspired to be a spiritual person. You know, I always wanted to do something spiritual, and you know, now that I have an opportunity to use the title of a minister, you know, that goes to show that, you know, um I'm following my path, you know. So, you know, so and the art, and also I'm seeing within the masculine side of me, you know, sometimes I can be a little, I think I'm loosening up now. I think I'm loosening up now, but I still can be a little, you know, rigid. And, you know, I just don't want to go to no Baptist church. I just don't want to, you know what I'm saying? I'm very rigid. I'm very rigid, you know, in that. And I know that I'm gonna get the same message. I know that I'm gonna get the um, same love, but you know, I just can't do the traditional thing no more. You know, I just can't do that, that yeah, that traditional, I don't think, you know, that traditional religion, you know, and I'm kind of, and I'm kind of rigid there, you know, but I know I have to spread out. Well, I don't have to do anything. I don't have to do anything. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
you know, I can do whatever I want to do, but sometimes I do feel myself, you know, and that is also a part of tarot, is that I'm seeing where, you know, I don't want to get in this place where I'm too confined. I'm boxing myself in. You know, I don't want to, that's, you know, so that's a safeguard for me. Okay, so anybody else? That's enough for me.
Use the bathroom.
I need to think about that, because all kinds of thoughts were going through my mind as I was, as you were talking. And I was listening. So let me gather my thoughts on that because
Yeah, don't let my energy get on you.
no, because what you were saying was how do I want to put it? It just gave me food for thought. I'll put it that way.
Mhm. Yeah.
And kind of making me look at myself a little bit well through stronger lens, I guess. Anyway, go ahead, Andre.
It's a trip because I can only go back to where I saw it, which is authority, some type of authority,
Mhm.
some type of order, some type of structure where everyone can follow, which one thing about it is I have no problem with, on however you use that ability of how can I say, of being civil to one another.
Right.
It kind of doesn't. So I kind of understand where y'all are saying where we're looking at it as part of a point of view of religion and power and money and control and lawmaking, and it's pretty much all 5 cards that we just studied combined into one.
Right.
And it's so it can go either way. But it's a choice that is given, and sometimes and then the thing about it is sometimes it's not a choice. Sometimes it's blame. You can blame it for certain things when it goes wrong, but you can blame it when sometimes it goes right too. So it just depends on what part of the aisle you are in. If you are in a point of view of the fool card, and that card is pulled and it's pulled in reverse, you may have to think about your morals and in the ways that you're looking at law or rules and regulations, and it could be as simple as a kid being 16 and you stayed out past 11. I gave you 11, you come in at 1, or you on house arrest and you 21 years old, but you gonna go to the corner, you gonna use butter on your leg and go to the corner store just to roll a doobie real quick. That's gonna be there. It's like a consequence almost. So however you look at it, it's all of them rolled into one. That's how I'm seeing it. And it means no harm, but it's just how you use it in yourself. I can only speak of, I would only want to speak of just how I would use it, which if that card was pulled personally for me, I would want to use it to say, okay, I got this power. I can be the fool. I can do this. I can do that. I can create. I have this. How do I use this outside of me and using it to produce what all 5 cards already said, that we can do, so it's kind of that. So so it can go negative or positive.
Right.
Just depends on how the cards are pulled with it. So
and see that, and so that kind of leads us up to our next leads us up to what we're going to do next.
I'm working on it, y'all. I don't know what to do with this stuff sometimes.
So this I think that when we understand the who we are, that we are the archetype in our lives, you know, that we're the ones that are the original. We're the ones that are, I am the prototype. I'm the only one. There's no other Penelope except for me. It's just me,
Exactly.
and I can use all of these different, I guess, uh, uh, layers or levels of consciousness. I can use them all to my benefit, and I can see them in everything else. I can see this, I can see how everything else relates to that. How I interact with other people, how the world is going right now. All of these things are stuff that, we can see with, and the cards can help us learn and understand more about it. So so how we're going to do it again is like we always do it. But I think instead of us reading each other, I think let's just pick some cards and read the cards themselves, put them into order, and see what we see from what the cards are telling us.
Personally, you mean?
Personally, intellectually, however you want to see the cards, but we're not going to read anybody else. We're just going to see it for ourselves. Okay. All right. So y'all, I'll flip and y'all just let me know when to stop. Did you say stop?
No.
Oh, okay. Are you just helping me? Just helping me. Yes. Okay. Here we go.
Stop.
Okay. Okay. We'll do 3 cards. All right. And let's see. So the first card is
the Empress.
the Empress, and she's still in reverse. Interesting.
Makes sense. Makes real good sense. Makes sense.
Okay, here we go for the next card.
Stop.
Okay. And this card is the Magician. Okay, he's upright. Okay, here we go. Y'all just let me know when.
Stop.
Okay, and this is the Fool, and the Fool is in reverse. So let's first look at the energy that we're getting from the cards. We have the Empress in reverse as the first card. We have the last card is the Fool that's in reverse, and we have the well, now he's in reverse. I got it. There we go. And the Magician is upright. So I got that right. Can y'all see him? Y'all see him? Okay, so go ahead. Yeah. So y'all let me know what are your thoughts about the
on the screen. Switch the Empress. I mean, yeah, the Empress and the Fool. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Well, I can tell you where I focus my energy on.
Okay.
To pull, because I actually pulled 2 cards. So I focus my energy on society. Penn, Miss Harry, I can't stand February, but it's Black History Month. I just don't like February because it's cold, you know. But but this is the month that I am really charged for my community. I'm charged for my community all the time, but this always just holds something special into me. So I kind of try to just do a lot of things and listen to a lot and catch up on the history. So I just kind of asked for those two cards for society. And the way I see the way that I'm looking at society at where I'm at right now. So the two cards that I pulled, I do find very interesting. It doesn't scare me, it doesn't shock me. It's that dualism that I see in our generations. And Penn, we've been talking about this week. That's kind of the dualism I've been seeing in our generation. Where you have a magician in between a creation and a upside down, and both of them are upside down. The creator is upside down, and the fool is upside down. So it's like, even if I give you this judgment at this point in time, you're still being foolish, because of you haven't corrected your properties as being the magician. And I'm speaking of society, not an individual.
I see what you're saying.
I'm speaking of just a community of people, as I was saying. So it shows me that it's a path that is still kind of a rocky one. But there is power. There is power, and there is creation. It's just being done backwards again. Them Bebe's kids again. And my kids ain't Bebe's kids. My kids is not Bebe's kids. For the record, my kids is not Bebe kids. They hang with a bunch of Bebe's kids, though.
Oh, gosh. Oh, man.
You are too funny.
Really.
How about you, Harriet?
What I'm seeing here is bright new and bright ideas, starting out on a new journey with creative ideas. And it's all going to work out, which is what the magician is telling me, because he is the one that kind of is the miracle worker, really. But the fool is telling me, yes, you're starting out on a new journey. Be cautious, be careful, think before you act. And the Empress is telling me that those great creative ideas, they're going to benefit, but be careful. Again, be careful. And, what you're looking at, what you're desiring to make better, is the path you're taking, is it the best one? Think about it before you act.
Okay. Yeah. And I think that for me, what I see here, the thing that I'm gonna put them down for me. It's Empress first, right? Then the Fool.
Yeah.
What I'm seeing for me is that where we are in this world right now, because we are in this place where things are just like kind of like we were talking about earlier, Harriet, is that it seems like technology has taken a place so much that we are we don't really have our good balance. and we're bringing more, society is bringing in more things that are, I guess, less, I want to say, less, I want, because that's, and that's, I'm not going to say it right, because I want to say less spiritual, but that's not true, because everything that comes here is spiritual.
Mhm.
So, but anyway, what this is showing for me is that, in our spirit, in our spiritual realm, where we are right here in time, we're in this new place, and we haven't gotten to, and I'm not sure that the new place is the best place. I guess that's what I'm saying. I'm not sure that the new place is the best place. I think that as we progress, though, I think we are flipping it around. It's like it's coming to the end of the worst, and it's going to flip itself back around to be the best. And that's what I see. I guess more psychically than even society. I think it's more psychically, that we have kind of reached this point of no return, and now we're gonna flip it back around to get around to the right side. That's what the magician in the middle is still keeping the balance, so that we can't get too lost.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
but this was an interesting
Combination.
cool. Let's do it again. All righty. Or is it anything else that y'all can think about that you want to do? Or does anybody want a reading?
Oh no, not at all. I just want to that was interesting. I mean, because we all kind of separately thought of something, that we have either been thinking of or has been going on, or
Right.
situations, and we kind of saw them the way that we saw them, and it's still kind of the same conclusion.
Right. Yeah.
No one, we couldn't say, nah, I don't see that. It's like,
Right.
I feel you. I even feel you on my point. So yeah, if I want to spend some more, we can spend. I'm all right.
Yeah, me too. Yeah,
right.
because for me, this whole process, what we're going through today, is just helping me to develop more insight, more intuition into the study of the cards.
Yeah. I want to begin to introduce some of the mundane cards as well. I think maybe
When you say mundane, you mean the minor?
The I'm sorry. Yeah, the minor arcane. Just so that we can, because now with us seeing this potential of spirit, it would be a good time to introduce, that the physical side. So I think that probably next time I will still keep these five, but introduce maybe
5 or 6.
Oh, I'm 6. Yeah, 6.
Yeah.
I keep saying 5 because we've been doing the Hierophant. But to introduce some of the mundane cards as well, so that we can have so that when we do our readings, we can balance them a little bit better.
Right. And when you said, so when you introduce, are you going to introduce them like the cups, the wands, the swords?
The wands, yeah, those are the minor arcane. So I don't know which one. I don't know. I'm gonna have to pray on it and see which ones I want to introduce, and probably just one suit at a time. But I really want us to to really still focus mainly on the major arcane, but
major
to
arcane.
introduce a suit of the minor arcane as well.
Okay.
Or maybe y'all can have an idea of, either cups, swords. Cups are emotions, swords is, our voice, our speaking voice. Pentacles have to do with basically with money,
Money.
material
Mhm.
things. And wands, that's kind of like, that direction that, it leads you into growth and direction. So
Thought,
uh
I just had an idea.
mm-hmm,
Since this is February,
mm-hmm.
you think of Valentine's Day, why not start out with cups?
Okay, start off with cups. There we go. Love. Love. Okay, let's do
Just an idea. I'm not
it's a good
saying that.
idea. It's a good idea. Who don't love love?
I like cups. Cups are another one that pops up. I
But
like
cups,
cups.
yeah, and that's filled with emotion.
Right.
Cups are a challenge. Okay, so let's we're gonna do another 3 pattern. So let's
Okay.
okay, I'm ready.
Okay. Sorry about that. Stop.
Okay. And it is look, it's the Empress again, but this time she's in the upright position.
Oh,
Okay. Let me take a sip. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm starting.
Stop.
Okay. And it is the Hierophant, and he's in reverse.
mm.
Okay, here we go. I'm ready. I'm starting now.
Stop.
Okay. And it is the Magician. Okay, so we got to do it like this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was the Magician upright or in reverse? I didn't. Did y'all
Mm.
see it?
No, he was in upright, I think.
He was upright.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay. All right. Okay. So then that's interesting too. Because we can see a pattern
Mm-hmm.
as we got upright, reverse, upright. The last time we had reverse, upright, reverse. So we can begin to see a pattern in our readings.
And the other thing too is what I'm noticing, we have 2 of the same cards from the last reading. And the Magician is still upright. But the Empress is now upright as opposed to being in reverse when
Reverse.
we did the first time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so what do you think that this one is saying to us? And the Empress is in the same position as she was in the last time.
In the first
Mhm.
position.
Yeah.
She's still in the same position. She's just the direction has changed.
Mhm. So we can feel a little bit more comfortable. We don't have to be as cautious as far as any creative ideas that we may come up with. And also, I see a mothering instinct there as well.
For the
for the Empress.
I'm talking about in the reading.
Yeah. And with that mothering instinct, we need to teach our children the importance of being organized, of our place in society, which is what I'm seeing how you say it, Hierophant?
Oh, or you can say the high priest, but it's Hierophant.
Yeah,
Hierophant.
Hierophant.
Mhm.
And of course, again, the magician is there to perform his miracles.
So do you see, what do you see that's probably this, because your reading was almost the same with your last reading, what you're seeing, because you're seeing, both creation and but you're seeing that, that I don't know what, when you say that, that the children need to be
Okay, when I
Yeah.
was talking about the Empress, I was talking about that mothering instinct, and of course, mothering being creating citizens, good citizens for
Okay.
our society, and of course, and something just came to mind as I'm looking at the Hierophant. As Black mothers and fathers, we have to give our sons and daughters the talk when it comes to, especially when it comes to law and order. And to realize that we have to be more cautious when it comes to our conduct in society. And how do I want to put that? Being more cautious as far as how we conduct ourselves when we're out in society, and realize that those in authority don't always see us as people. They see us as, too often they might see us as objects of their own
So like
well,
stagnation, tradition.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I see what you. Yeah. Well, I think for
And I was just kind of reading them, from a society perspective as opposed to, more personal perspective.
Yeah, because we're only looking at what they mean to us,
Right.
because these are just what the cards mean to us, and for me, I'm gonna put them down for a second, because I'm gonna talk about myself. Wait a minute. Okay. Yeah, and I think that for me, I'm still seeing something that maybe has more energetically, because here we got the 1 and the 3, and we got the 3 and the 1. So that makes so that in itself is a balance, because it turns into 4. So that that in itself is a balance. But so energetically, it's like a positive balance, but with that Hierophant in the middle, it kind of like, is like grounding, so that you can't get, so that there's not too much volume, but that's just the thing, because the Hierophant has so much, such a position of power, for that to be the centering thing, it's, I think we have to, when I say we, I'm just talking about myself, because I'm just seeing this from a spiritual perspective.
Mhm.
We have to see that we don't get too like caught up into one frame of mind, one way of thinking. We gotta, always stay open, and always stay creative, and always stay receptive. There's creation and receptivity, happening all the time, and the caution for me here is to make sure that we, as I guess, as a community, as a spiritual, connection, that we can remain grounded um, by creating that feeling of tradition and wholeness, but don't become overwhelmed by it. Don't get so caught up into whatever it is that we believe. Don't get caught up into our traditions so well, so firm, that we're not expanding. So that, and this is actually a really good balance. So what about you, Andre? Let me turn them back around for you. What about you?
Um, when I saw him, again, I know we were switching cars, but I would just kind of push the energy. So I just pushed the energy on just the frequency of relationships. So it was good to see that the Empress was upright. That means, creation is to me is in a positive point of view.
Mhm.
In that same sense, when I say relationship, I wasn't speaking of falling in love and things like that. I was just saying relationships on how we deal with each other from the last time we pulled the cards.
Mhm.
So when I saw the Hierophant in the middle, which ironically I pulled,
Mhm.
and to see it backwards, it kind of made sense to me on where I was saying, because the greater I'm seeing it from a point of view of creation and love and things like that, what's blocking that is higher, is that higher authority that's separating creation from the power that people can do.
Mhm.
So I see the balance, but I'm looking at the balance on a point of view, the way I push the energy. And I'm not saying there is a he, she, they, or us or anything. It's just the way that to me, the way I'm looking at it is just the way that the hierarchy, the authority has made it to keep balance. So there is a balance. I'm not sure what that balance is. It's actually a little fuzzy. I don't want to prejudge it, to be honest.
Right, right.
You know, but it seems to be with that in the middle, that it's a one-sided coin, to be honest.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
That it's a block. So, but it's just where I pushed my energy. That's how I kind of pushed my energy. So
Mhm, mhm. And all of that's really interesting, especially come from the first reading that we did. you know, because it was almost like, what was the middle card in the first one?
The magician.
The
The
magician.
Right. So it was the magician, the fool, and the empress. And yeah, because you could see that you were still talking about a masculine energy, you know, from the first reading, how to compare the first reading and the second one. You know, we're still talking about basically a masculine energy. We're talking basically about bringing things into existence and being able to maintain and hold them there. Because this is one of the things that the Hierophant has the authority to control.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this one, you know, the magician also means control. So, you know, the way that both of the readings have been, the center has been the ability to maintain control over and and be the balance of each of the cards, because the first one, both sets had the same energy on the opposite side. You know, one was negative, one was in reverse at the first, and the second one was in the upright position. You know, so that we're seeing so far is that we're able to maintain control in every situation, you know, whether it be, you know, in reverse, or whether it be reverse or a little bit challenging, or whether it's in upright position where everything is full speed, full speed ahead. But that was kind of interesting too. What did y'all get out of those last two readings? It's 3:33. Do we want to do one more?
Yeah, I'm
Why
fine.
not?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let me just. And I think the next reading, I'm gonna remember, because I want us to be able to cleanse our cards. You know, we've been using them a lot, even just, you know, it's just like anything else, you know, you got to cleanse and energize. So the next time we come in, we're gonna do some stuff to cleanse, do some things to cleanse. Good job, and excellent. Thank you, Margaret. Excellent. Okay, I'm ready now. Okay.
Stop.
Okay. And it is the magician in the upright position. This is really interesting that we keep getting the same cards. We got to figure out what that message is. Okay, I'm ready. I'm starting now.
Stop.
Okay, so as soon as I say we getting the same cards, here's somebody new comes in. Okay, and she's in the upright position. High priest. Okay, I'm ready now.
Stop.
Okay. And it's the Empress again.
A lot of feminine power there.
Yeah. So what is she telling us?
energy.
What is she telling us so far? Because
That I got a date tonight.
Say that again.
I got a date tonight.
Oh, so she telling you. So all this reading is all about you.
Yeah, date tonight.
So you get
I'm kicking and screaming
anyway.
Kicking and screaming anyway. No, I'm joking, y'all. But
so it's
we got three of the ladies.
So you had reverse, upright. Yeah. So
does the position of the card mean anything? You know, whether it's the first, second or third.
Yeah, they do. They do. And, you can do them like past, present, future.
Okay,
You can do them for, whatever the thing is that you're trying to accomplish,
okay,
but usually they're past, present, and future.
okay,
Or, if you want to, if, you have like, two choices, you would have two choices and a decision.
okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
hmm Yes, no, and here's my decision. My
Oh, okay.
decision, supports whichever card that there is.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. So, but those are the two basic ones. But it's just like, for me, reading tarot is how you do it.
Okay.
I have known people that only lay spreads like I do. I only lay spreads, and I read from the spread. I have known people that just throw the card out, and whichever card they they feel is that the card that they talk about. I've known people that have
And that's with just one card though, right?
no, based on how many, based on
Oh,
either one card or based on however many cards are down there. So that's what I'm saying, however, how this is what I want you to do is to create your own communication device.
Okay.
Because that's what tarot is. It's just a communication device. And I think that that's the thing that frightens so many people.
And whatever you feel comfortable with.
Right.
That's what you go with.
It's your own language. Yeah.
Right.
It's your own language. It's the way that you speak.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. So right now, since we're just playing around, we're just kind of seeing probably pretty much what the energy is. What are we, what are we getting out of today's session, since now that we know that, it got something to do with T-Man's date.
I gotta get up and cook. Hey.
But this one, each of the Empress came last, right? So I got to do it like this.
Yeah.
The Magician, and then the
High Priestess.
The High Priestess, and the Empress was the final one, right? Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And this time they're all in the upright position. So now we can see that even the energy is not so much changed, but it has shifted, so that it's still balance. It's all still balance, but there's like no room for caution, although that's what High Priestess always has that piece between what you call it, that piece between opposites. So this is also balance. What are you laughing at?
Because it's true. I'm not happy about this.
All right. Do I have it the right way? I got it the wrong way, don't I? Yeah, I got it wrong.
No, you had it right. You had it right.
I had it right?
Yeah.
That's the third one I asked. The third one I pushed energy on me, running my mouth, being a magician, running my mouth. My word is my bond, and she decided that she said, "Okay, we have a date."
Okay, so the heart was singing in the background. It's the magic man.
Running my mouth.
Okay,
that one.
Magic man, mama.
Thanks, Miss Harriet, for pulling. Thanks, Miss Harriet.
You're welcome.
Have fun. So that's just the thing is, have fun, and especially if that's where you're seeing it. Look how much balance there is throughout all of the all of the cards. There was no weird thing where, it was two reversed, side by side, and then an upright, and then another reading later is one upright, and the other one is back, is right, is up, is reverse, so there's still a lot of balance in that. And so I think that there's going to be a joyful occasion, a joyful occasion, you know.
Mhm,
Mm-hmm.
mhm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
See, I shouldn't even went for the third. I shouldn't even went for the third reading.
But you wanted it. You wanted to know. You wanted to
I did. I was
Mhm.
curious. I was curious. I
Mhm.
didn't want to. That's why the first two that we were. I didn't ask anything personal. I just, was
know. Mm-hmm.
pushing energy somewhere else. So third one I asked. I said, okay, well, we're doing a third one. I'll go ahead and do
Well,
those
there you
cards.
know.
Man, I got a date. Got to comb my head and everything. Wash my face.
And the good thing is that there is, what the reading has shown so far is that there's structure, there's like some wholeness, wholesomeness, um some innocence, some naivete, some innocence, so maybe a little bit of shyness, there's some some where everybody gonna take their stand. I'm over here, you over there. you know but it's a it's a good show of it's a show of a good time. That's what I see. I see it's a show of a good time. There's not gonna be there's not gonna be any um drama, because sometimes there can be drama. Have y'all all of a sudden there's a whole bunch of birds that just flew over, like I think these are the crows that everybody's been talking about. These a whole bunch of big black birds just came and sat down in my yard and on the trees.
Yeah, I've been seeing a bunch of crows.
Everybody talking about the crows. But
I really do think the three cards that we pulled were also interesting. You know, and it seems to and no matter however it seems that wherever we pull those cards, whether they were right side up or the other way, they always it was always either a judgment, as we're looking at this card in between, or an authority in between
right.
the cards, and that was whether it was you know the first reading where Empress was upside down, Emperor was right side up, and Fool was upside down. There was always a barrier in between each thing,
Right.
whether it be the barrier between each thing was always either power, law, or justice. Well, not justice in that sense, but authoritism.
I just see, what I'm seeing is there's a lot of feminine energy there.
Yeah.
And no matter what, with all of that feminine energy, I see the magician, making it work.
Yeah. Yeah, because the magician has been in two of them, and
Wasn't he in all three?
Three. Magician was in all
Been in
three.
all three
The
too. Yeah,
magician,
yeah.
the magician
Yeah, the
and the
magician's
empress,
been in all
And the
three.
Empress
Yeah.
have been in all
and so
three.
was the
Oh
empress.
yeah. So the only one that has so this is the so the Empress and the Magician has been here the whole time. Oh, this ain't
Mhm.
nobody. This ain't nobody but Andre and his date. See,
That's right.
we all up
He
in your,
he
we
gonna
all
make
up in
magic.
your
He
business.
right, he gonna make magic tonight.
There you go. There's the magic. We all up in your business.
Oh, man.
Well, I say have some fun, but don't bring home, don't make no back pain.
That's right.
Don't get nobody pregnant tonight.
Don't bring back nothing you don't want to be responsible
Keep
for.
your keep your ideas. Keep your ideas
Keep my
rigid.
ideas in myself tonight.
Oh,
We just playing with you. We just playing with you.
Ugh.
Don't have yourself some fun.
that's right.
Yeah, so isn't that interesting that these two cards have been in all of the readings? And the first one was the Fool. The second one was the Hierophant, right? In the second reading. And then the third one is the High Priest.
The High Priestess.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah. Even just seeing that with those three cards, talking about Andre's date. They don't need to talk about nothing else.
It's my business. Your cards in my business. They in my business.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
but we're seeing the balance there, because with the first card being the Fool, where there's only wholeness, oneness, opportunity, love, creation, all of creation's attributes,
Mhm.
and being blind and innocent. The whole thing is just really innocent. It don't have to be anything, and that, so when you think of the Hierophant in the middle, as a let's do that. Let's do that one. Okay, so we're doing that. Okay, so we got this one was the last one. So that one would be over here. We got the Fool is the first one, right? The Fool was the first one, right?
Yeah, the
Fool
Fool was
was
in third position.
I'm talking about all the cards, the cards that were different.
Oh, yeah, the Fool was the
Hierophant,
first one.
Hierophant was the second one. And this one was
Uh-huh.
right. And the Fool was in reverse, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and so this one too was in reverse, right?
And the Empress was in reverse the first time.
No, I'm just talking about the two, the
three that are different.
cards.
Yeah.
These are the three different cards, right?
The Hierophant, yeah, and the Hierophant was upright.
The Hierophant was upright. I thought the Hierophant was upright. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was like this. The Fool was in reverse. The Hierophant was upright, and the
High Priestess.
and the High Priestess was upright. Okay. Oh, y'all gonna have some kind of debate tonight. Y'all gonna debate about something.
Because my word is my bond.
Okay. That sounds
I know.
rigid.
I already know this fight.
That sounds rigid already.
I didn't even know. I didn't even need it. That's why I was like, oh, I gotta have this fight tonight. I don't want to have this fight.
Well, it don't have to be a fight.
No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I don't mean. That's what I'm saying. Not a fight like
it's
that.
a discussion.
Yeah.
Well, it ain't no fight.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just more balance. Don't y'all see?
Well, I like being the fool that's upside down.
Oh, you are. You are.
That's the
Oh, yeah,
point.
you are.
I like being the food that's upside
That's
down.
how it
Don't you
starts off.
stop trying to turn me right side up. Let me be upside down food.
Ain't nobody, but that's just the thing. Ain't nobody, you trying to, ain't nobody trying to do nothing to you.
That's right.
You doing it to yourself. You the one that's rigid. don't be, don't be rigid. Ain't nobody doing nothing to you.
Oh.
Ain't nobody doing nothing to you. You fine. You just fine.
Exactly. I know who it is. I didn't need the cards to say that. I know I'm running. And I know I'm crazy for running, but I'm running.
Yeah, well,
Have fun.
And
Have fun, enjoy the
it's
moment.
not even so much. It's not even so much you running. It's just that sometimes when we have become so entrenched in our beliefs, we are cemented in our beliefs. We're
Yeah.
you know, we we become rigid and formal and traditional, and that sound like that's getting all busted
That
up.
can get boring.
Well, that sound like that's getting busted up to me. That's what it sounds like.
You too.
We can pull a future card.
I feel like Kanye West. I'm under DEFCON 3. My whole life is changing.
Well, it's changing for the better, and that's why is y'all saying it's changing for the better? Why is y'all?
All right, I'm gonna trust you. I'm gonna hold you to that, cuz I'm gonna hold you to that.
Y'all yell that. Oh no! What a mess. Okay, that's funny. But anyway, well, it's 3:53.
Oh no, what's a mess?
Oh no, what a mess is the baby. I don't know. Was that a baby? It sounded like a cat or something. Okay, well, it's 3:53, and that's it for today. So let's just do our roundtable real quick because we did start off a little bit late because I was slow. But anyway, let's do our roundtable real quick. What did you think about today's session, and how can you apply it to your life?
Well, I found today's session fun. It was enlightening. I learned something. And overall, these sessions with the tarot for me, it's something that I've always been interested in, but I really haven't taken the time to try and understand it. And the way that these classes are being conducted, I just feel like that with each session, sometimes I prepare for them by reading ahead and finding out what it is we're going to be discussing. And other times like today, I didn't do any pre-preparation, but I gain something new every time we have these sessions, and it is helping me to better understand the tarot, which has been on my bucket list, so to speak. And I'm going to continue to work with it.
Hey, cool beans, cool beans. What about you, Andre?
Well, once again, tarot is something that when I was introduced to it, I was never afraid of it. If you remember, Penn, pretty much you're the first person who read my cards. I came to you and I asked you, like, okay, you do tarot. I need you to, help me out on something. It's something that I got an idea. I just can't pull it out yet. So maybe this will help. And I caught what I needed to catch from it. And I knew, and it kind of grounded me to where I needed to be. So it's a very positive thing to me. I don't fear any of the cards I've gotten. there have been many times that you've pulled cards and even on my first reading, if you don't know Miss Harriet, my first reading, my mom and my brother ran out of the room, like completely ran out of the room, like, and I'm like, oh man. And of course, that's like, but once I learned how to interpret the cards and see the cards for what they are and understand the movements of them, even though that I'm still a novice but that kind of gave me the initiative to completely learn and search for a deck of my own that kind of, that will call to me, where I can go, okay, I can use it for the way that I can see it now, because it just kind of came, I don't want to say natural, but I just could understand it.
Right.
So to go deeper into it, and for me to for me to either catch the moment right then and there, or as we just had, or for me to catch the moment in 6 months, I can always go, oh, you know what? That made perfect sense. That okay, so it's always something that I use as a tool that can kind of be on my mind. So when something goes right, left, or up and down, I kind of can revert back to and say, okay, that's what this card was for. Okay, I know what's going on right here. And so it's kind of a language and a speech that I'm learning. I'm still interested to learn a lot more.
Very good.
Yeah, well, thank you, and for me, yeah, what I got from this class today is, yeah, it is fun, and although tarot isn't only to see, a particular situation in your life or a particular growth pattern, it's something that is there to help one another. We're there to, it helps each other, and this one thing I have always seen about tarot is that I can see how it helps how it helps other people, because once you can be able to see that you can take these cards that got pretty pictures and and what people have said are scary or whatever, and you can just see how they actually go along with your life, that there's an aspect in your life that's like this, because it's life is full of everything, and when we understand that, it always makes me feel good when people can say, oh, if I pick a card today, if I do myself a reading today, this is what I'm seeing for my life right now, or I can see this happening in my life right now. So thank you all so much for allowing me to to hang out with me with doing tarot, because for the longest time I was the only one I knew. I was the only one I knew that did tarot, so it's good to have other people to and I've always wanted to have a tarot group where we met on a regular basis and read tarot. So this is one of the things I would like for us to do as readers, especially as we go along, to start to see what society is telling us, or to see what's going on in relations in the world, or let's see where we are, how we are evolving spiritually. And these can be questions that we ask, or these can be the information that we get, because we just received information today. We weren't asking any questions, and the information that we see was really interesting, because it's a little soap opera that's going on with Andre. I get to know some of his business today.
Everybody in my business, yo. Which is the worst thing in the world to do to an Aquarius.
So,
which is the worst thing in the world to do to Aquarius. You
have
in
my
a
own little viewfinder.
I'm ready to crawl under the bed. Like, does somebody know my business?
But these are the things that I hope that we as a tarot group can like synthesize our intuition and garner it and make it powerful. You know, tarot got spells for people. People were scared of tarot, you know. but everything creates. And if we can learn how to create from tarot, I think that it would be great, because we have that synthesized energy.
Mhm.
But anyway, that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining us for tarot. Does anybody got any questions or comments before we do before I do my commercial?
I have something to say after you do the commercial.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Tomorrow we don't have anything going on. But Wednesday we have from 5 to 6:30, we have A Course in Miracles. That's what Miss Harriet leads us in A Course in Miracles. Harriet is so knowledgeable. If y'all watching it, it's a fun time. So that's from 5 to 6:30. Then on Thursday morning, Forrest is doing a session on I Am, where he's giving us direction on how to use our spiritual power, how to use our spiritual sense, and how to when I say manipulate, I don't mean anything negative, but manipulate the way that you use your fingers and to mold something and create something. So this is the thing that we do when we are talking about I Am, the I Am principle. Still on Thursday night, we have from 7 to 8:30, we have introduction to Gnosis, and that's with Reverend Sarkina. And
Did you say hypnosis or?
Oh,
Gnosis.
I'm just teasing. I'm teasing. I'm just teasing.
And on the 18th, next Saturday, we will be doing the Book of Enoch, and I'm really excited about the Book of Enoch, because I'm always trying to find out what's going on there. That's a story. That's a story that to know something about, because just that whole what does all of that mean? All of that stuff mean from the beginning, because Enoch walked with God,
Mhm.
Enoch walked with God. That means that he translated from this life, with his body. His body translated into the next realm, I guess. And I guess that's what it is,
Transcended, I think, is what you're looking for.
Transcended,
Yeah.
transcended to that next realm.
Level. Yeah.
Level, and that's so interesting, that you can be that spiritually mature, or that spiritually light, to allow that. So that's it. That's a lot of knowledge. That's a lot of knowledge in that Book of Enoch. So that's exciting. But anyway, that's it for this. Oh, I don't want to forget that on the 25th, we got the big number 7. Yay! Inner Haven is 7 years old. I'm so excited. And and I'm so very thankful, because this wasn't anything that I thought would happen. I didn't, I had this was no concept, but I just knew that there were other people out here like me. There's somebody else out here that's, not too much of that and too little of that. So we got to fit somewhere. So That was
Mhm.
that's always my thing is that, I feel that Inner Haven is this island for misfit toys. If you don't fit in anywhere else, come over here.
And we jam over here.
That's right. That's
I
right.
Because I
love
mean,
I love the train with the square wheels.
Mhm. Bump, bump, bump.
so yeah, and to have a place where our voices can be heard, and so
And
that
accepted.
and accepted, and no judgment, but a place where we learn how to be our best selves,
Exactly.
you know, and and uh, I'll just say this one last thing because I think it's really important to be able to say what I believe and
And
to,
not be criticized for it
and not be critical. But
or judged.
if I am criticized for it, I know how to feel about that.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm not injured or I'm not offended. I'm not downtrodden. I'm not, I don't think that I'm better than, I know, I understand my own emotions and my own feelings,
Mhm.
and I think that just being able to verbalize and tell your own truth, I think that that's important. Well, that's me and my soapbox, so I'm gonna get off of it. And that's it
Oh,
for
no, wait
that's
Oh.
it for our
a
session today.
Oh, don't forget,
What?
our sessions are now being put on YouTube. And we're asking everybody to view us on YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us, and give us some feedback. In other words, comments on what we're doing. The only sessions we're really not putting on YouTube are journaling sessions because they're more personal.
Right. Yeah. Thank you, Harriet. Thank you. Thank you. Well, that's it for today. Would anybody like to close out in prayer? Okay, I will. Well, as we have come together today, let us just be joyful about this, about everything that we have learned, everything that we have discussed, everything that we have let into our lives at this moment. Let's just release peace and love and sanctity and grace and abundance at every level, not only in our hearts and mind, in our own personal manifested lives, but in every life that we know, anybody that we can think of, and everybody that is uh especially everybody who feels that they don't have or feels any sense of lack or misunderstanding. I open truth and light and love to that so that they can elevate to a place of wholeness and oneness and completeness. And with that, I say, and so it is.
And so it is.
All right, everybody. Love y'all. See you what, Wednesday? Yep, see everybody
Yep.
Wednesday. Have fun tonight, T.
Hey, I will try to. Hopefully, I don't get in trouble.
Oh, well, I'll get my popcorn if you do. All right, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye. Love you all.
Love you too.